Hello fight lovers, today in this video.
With each passing day, we're getting closer to October 22nd. UFC 280 will be almost the main event of the calendar year. The date when the UFC will determine the new king at lightweight. The battle of the two best fighters. Every UFC fan looks forward to the fight between Charles Oliveira and Islam Makhachev. However, a new unpopular theory is circulating in the MMA world that the UFC officials want Oliveira to lose and Makhachev to become champion. I'm sure UFC bosses want Makhachev to win, and here's why. Let's start with the fact that the UFC has become less interesting lately. There is a lack of stars in the league and endless rematches, and this is not interesting to anyone. The rematch cycle is familiar to the UFC. Promotions squeeze out any confrontation to the drop. But now, this policy is becoming disastrous, which is why the league has become less interesting. And in a couple of years, the UFC could face a serious shortage of stars. Numerous rematches and other organizations offering better terms and taking good UFC fighters away from the organization are the main reason why the UFC will face major challenges in the future, where in a few years from now, it could be replaced by another MMA organization. Conor McGregor is no longer as active as before, and Ronda Rousey, Khabib, and GSP are long retired. The UFC needs new stars to take their place, because without the stars, there would be fewer viewers, and fewer viewers would result in less UFC revenue. So I have a question. Suppose, relatively speaking, that Oliveira defeats Makhachev. What will happen next? Yes, you are right. Since Oliveira has already beaten almost everyone in the top 5, he will need to have rematches, and he will have to fight a second time with everyone he has already beaten. Everything is already clear that Oliveira will kill everyone for the second time. But who will be interested in this? Agree that revenge will no longer be of interest to anyone. Yes, some rematches can be exciting, but people usually like to see new matches with unpredictable outcomes. And now, let's reverse the hypothesis and, for argument's sake, say Islam defeats Oliveira. There are tons of new fights and interesting matchups for the Russians. Imagine Makhachev versus Chandler, Gaethje, or Poirier. Each of these matches would be huge, attracting many viewers and pay-per-view buys. And that's something that Dana White would love. Such new fights would be interesting to everyone. Let's not forget that the UFC is also becoming very popular in the Islamic world, where almost all Muslims will support their like-minded Muslim Islam Makhachev, as they did with Khabib. Whatever you say about Khabib, he did a very big and important thing for the UFC, bringing new viewers and new fans from the Middle East. The fact that Khabib is close friends with Crown Prince of Dubai, who built a personal training hall for Khabib's team. Sheikhs love mixed martial arts. This is something new for them. Recently, they have greatly helped the development of the sport in their area. In Abu Dhabi, an entire island was allocated for fighting. They need their champion like Khabib, but Khabib is gone, and there's no way to bring him back. And in this case, who better than Islam will continue the work of Khabib? So, it makes perfect sense from a business standpoint that UFC bosses are preparing a new champion, Islam Makhachev. But Islam will have difficulty meeting their expectations. Of course, Oliveira understands this and goes straight to the jaws of the wolves. For this, he has great respect. But Oliveira is not the first time he has broken all the plans of the UFC bosses. Standing in front of Islam is a monster, Charles Oliveira, a guy from the favela who has no intention of losing this title.
These are the two best guys that the UFC has in the lightweight division at this moment, and hats off to him for putting this together, because this is the fight that people want to see.
What do you guys think? Do you think Oliveira is getting fair treatment? Who do you think would win between these two UFC royals? Leave your thoughts in the comments, and please don't forget to subscribe because it helps our channel grow.